December 26, 1943. The frozen waters of the Arctic echoed with thunder. The German battleship Scharnhorst, pride of the Kriegsmarine, was sailing into its last battle. Within just 90 minutes, it would be gone. Nearly 2,000 sailors would vanish beneath the icy waves, leaving the entire German Navy stunned. The Scharnhorst was a symbol of German naval power. Built for speed and armed with 9/11-inch guns, it was one of the most feared ships of the war. Alongside its sister ship Gneisenau, it had already terrorized Allied convoys in the Atlantic, sinking and scattering merchant ships carrying vital supplies to Britain and the Soviet Union. But by late 1943, the tide of war had shifted. The Allies had grown stronger at sea, and German warships were increasingly hunted. Scharnhorst's mission in December was desperate: intercept and destroy Arctic convoys carrying weapons and supplies to the Soviet Union. If those supplies were stopped, the German High Command believed it could slow down the Red Army's advance. Convoy JW-55B was chosen as the target. It was steaming from Britain toward Murmansk, escorted by heavy protection, including the battleship HMS Duke of York, cruisers, and destroyers. What Scharnhorst's crew did not know was that British intelligence had intercepted German signals. The Royal Navy was waiting for them. On Christmas Day, Scharnhorst set out from Norway with 5 destroyers. But in the vast Arctic storms, the German destroyers lost contact and turned back. Scharnhorst pressed on alone. The stage was set for disaster. At 9:30 in the morning, British cruisers Belfast, Norfolk, and Sheffield intercepted the German battleship in the snow and darkness. Flares lit the sky as the cruisers opened fire. Scharnhorst was hit early, its radar destroyed. Now it was blind in the Arctic night, unable to spot enemies beyond the horizon. Admiral Erich Bay, commanding aboard Scharnhorst, tried to break free. The German battleship raced south at over 30 knots, trying to outrun its pursuers. For hours, it played cat and mouse in the snowstorms. Each time it tried to slip away, the British shadowed it. By the afternoon, the trap closed. HMS Duke of York, armed with 14-inch guns, was waiting directly in Scharnhorst's path. At 4:17 p.m., radar picked up the German battleship. The Royal Navy unleashed its firepower. Shells thundered into Scharnhorst. One struck a boiler room, cutting its speed in half. Now the once fast German battleship was crippled. British cruisers and destroyers moved in, launching torpedoes. Explosions ripped through the hull as Scharnhorst listed and slowed. The battle lasted less than 90 minutes. Scharnhorst fought until the end, firing back even as its decks were burning. But shortly after 7:30 p.m., the final torpedo barrage struck home. The great battleship rolled and sank beneath the freezing Arctic waves. Out of nearly 2,000 men, only 36 survived. Admiral Bay went down with his ship. The destruction of Scharnhorst shocked Germany. One of its most powerful warships had been lost, and with it, the last hope of breaking Allied convoys to the Soviet Union. For the Allies, the victory was decisive. Arctic convoys continued to flow, strengthening the Red Army for its push into Eastern Europe. For Germany, the sinking of Scharnhorst was yet another sign that the war at sea was lost. The battle was over in just 90 minutes, but its impact was enormous, proving that even the most powerful warships could not escape the tightening grip of Allied sea power.